Sanna Garrett, C&T Financial Literacy Group. Now, why do you have to have principles to create wealth? Without wealth creation principles, you're just going to be earning income. There's a difference between creating wealth and earning income. If you're in a job, you're not going to create wealth because you're in somebody else's dream. You're just going to earn enough income to get you through that month, and you have to go back and get some more money. But before we get into the 4 wealth creation principles, what I'd like to cover first is out of a book by an author called Robert Kiyosaki from Rich Dad Poor Dad. And inside this book, he talks about a cash flow quadrant. In this book, he talks about a W-2 person. By the way, W-2 stands for working too hard. When you get a job at the end of the year, obviously, you go file your taxes and they give you a W-2 form. But before you get a job, you have to go get a W-4 form. You have to fill that out from your Human Resources Division. W-4, by the way, stands for working for the man. Then you have a job. The acronym JOB, folks, stand for just over broke because you're busy jumping out of bed. So with a job, you're never going to create wealth. You're just going to be earning income. Now, what I hear a lot of people say is, I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to become self-employed. When you become self-employed, now that job owns you because you cannot leave it when you become self-employed. If you got to work between this side and this side of the quadrant, the left side, on this left side of this quadrant, if you got to have a job, the best job to have is to be able to work for the government. I spent over 20 years in the military, and working for the government, I found out that you're going to get the same paycheck regardless if you go to work or not. But with a regular civilian job, you're only going to get 30 minutes lunch break. Your time is going to be more controlled. With the government, working in the military, you're going to get the same paycheck whether if you're on vacation, whether if you go to sick call, whether if you're there or not. What I found a lot of soldiers' goals is to get out of work as often as possible. But with this, when you quit your job, I was on this left side of the quadrant for 20 years. And when I got out of the Army in 2005, I had never worked a job since I got out. I'm what you call psychologically unemployable. I will not be in somebody else's dream. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a job. I'm explaining you cannot create wealth from a job because you're in somebody else's dream. So you quit your job, you say, I'm going to get out of the military, or quit your job and become self-employed. These people by professions are doctors, lawyers, dentists, hairstylists, mortgage brokers. These people right here, you can't leave that job because it owns you. I found as a mortgage broker, even though I made hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars every year. As a mortgage broker, I still was missing one of the wealth creation principles, so all I was doing was earning a high income. I was in a high tax bracket, but I wasn't creating wealth because the moment I didn't close a loan, or my employees that worked with me didn't close loans, we didn't have any money coming in. So if you're the only one bringing in 100% of your own income and you have a few employees who most likely will be stealing from you anyway, you can't take off from that job because now it owns you. Up here, if you take off from work, at least you know you got an income coming in. You get time for being off or being on vacation. You get paid for when you're sick. So at least you know you have an income. Here, if you're not working, you will not get paid. That is not a good feeling. Talk about people that are self-employed, they figure they want to be their own boss. I understand there's nothing wrong with being your own boss. But when you're the only one bringing in 100% of your own income, that's not a good situation to be in. Barbers, when they're cutting hair, if you don't cut hair, you're not going to get paid. My sister does hair. I asked her one day, what happens when you don't do hair? We even own beauty salons. If she don't go in and do hair, then she won't get paid. If you have I had 10 chairs in my beauty salon, I was collecting $100-something a week. The moment those people stopped cutting hair and went and found another job at another beauty salon, I wasn't bringing in any income. I was applying some of the principles by leveraging other people, but I still didn't have anything coming in while I was sleeping. I call this the rat race because on this side of the quadrant, you go to work, get paid, pay the bills. Go to work, get paid, pay the bills. You would not create wealth on this side of the quadrant. Put yourself in a position of being a high tax bracket because you're the only one bringing in 100% of your own income, or you're in somebody else's dream. This is not the right side of the quadrant to be on. The side of the quadrant that you want to be on is the right side of the quadrant. It's because you want to get you a business with a system. When you get you a business with a system, I'm talking about a turnkey system. With a system, you can have money coming into your bank account while you're sleeping. This is what truly creates the wealth. The money from your business with your system. Something that's creating wealth while you're sleeping, where you're leveraging other folks, where you don't have to be there 24 hours a day to babysit, unlike this side. It creates more income, will give you the opportunity to create you more assets, More assets creates more businesses, which creates more income, which creates more businesses, which create more income. This is how you create wealth truly. Wealth is created, it's not allocated, it's an idea, it's a thought. So when you create your business, come up with something that you enjoy doing. We talked about having goals. When you got you some goals, you create you a business, something that you have a passion for it. You perfect it, and it creates you a profit. Or if you don't have a business yet, become an affiliate. Be in some kind of home-based business, some kind of multi-level marketing business. Get you a good mentor, someone to train you and show you a system, a step-by-step system, which will allow you to get out of somebody else's dream and create your own dream. This left side of this quadrant is not where you want to be. You're going to be in what we call a rat race. By the time you get home from work, because you don't own your own life, you got to think about owning your own life. What would you do if you owned your own life? Because on this side of the quadrant, by the time you get home from work, take care of the kids, do homework, cook dinner, you probably got only about 20 minutes to yourself to do what you want to do. That is not creating wealth. And then do you realize that most people are having heart attacks on a Sunday night between 9 and 11 o'clock at night? Why? Because they don't want to go to work Monday morning. And a lot of people have jobs that they don't even have degrees in. They're just existing. They're not happy. You got to create your business with a system, get you some type of home-based business and multi-level marketing or affiliate marketing, or create your own product and get linked up with the right people to be able to show you how to do that. That's what we show you how to do in this business. Is we're going to show you how to create your own product, how to get your own business, how to be creative, or how to team up with somebody and create your residual income where money's going to be coming into your account while you sleep. That's why I'm getting so excited. The further on we go in this series is the more excited you're going to get. The first principle is having a business, because when you get you a business will allow you to have over 400 tax write-offs from the government, a home-based business. Now you can play the same game that corporate America plays, except you don't have all that overhead, because you can run your business right out of your house. I'm not talking about any kind of mom and pop business. I'm talking about a home-based business in affiliate marketing, multi-level marketing, to where when you travel, it's international. Wherever you go, you can be able to write things off. And we're going to go more into detail on this when we get to the W-4 form, where we're going to create the W-4 pay raise from your job. I'm going to show you how the losses from your job will filter through to your W-4 form, your W-2 form at work, and give you that instant pay raise by you owning a business. You got to own something in order to create wealth. So that first principle is owning a business. The second one is asset leveraging. You have to be able to leverage other people's time, education, leadership, and money. Because there's no greatness in the number one. You have to have you some partners. J. Paul Getty made a profound statement. He said, I would rather be paid 1% of 100 people's efforts rather than 100% of my own. Now, what does that mean? It means that he does not have to be the only one bringing in 100% of his own income. He's not the one that has to do all the work. Most poor middle class people think that I don't want to give anybody to help me with this job because I can do it myself and keep all the money. Guess what? There's only so many hours in the day. So you can't create wealth by yourself. It's a shift in other mindset in the way you're thinking. It boils down to what I talked about earlier, is the 20,000 meals with the wrong financially literate people. You cannot create wealth by yourself. You have to have you some partners. So I had me a business as a mortgage broker, and I had me loan officers that worked for me. I still wasn't creating wealth because I was just earning the income. I had a trend because the mortgage industry was a trend. People are always buying houses and refinancing. That's never going to go out of business. Real estate's never going to go out of business. When you got you a trend is something that's a hot commodity that everybody knows. Now you can create wealth. So I had the business with the tax write-offs. I had asset leveraging. Let's go back to asset leveraging real quick. You ever notice on TV when attorneys say if you have an accident, call Hoggood, Weeks and Jones and Associates and we'll get you paid? Why is it always so many of them? Because they understand this principle of asset leveraging. They understand that there's only so many hours in the day, but if one of their partners gets sick or they get sick, they still got their partners to assist them if they go on vacation. And then a trend, you got to have a trend, because if you got something that everybody wants that's hot on the market, then you'll create wealth. This last one is the one that I was missing. Royalty and residual income. If you do not have a residual income, this is the money that's coming into your bank account while you're sleeping. If you do not have this is the most crucial one to me. If you do not have a residual income, you're just earning a paycheck. Who wants to just own a paycheck? You want to have money coming into your account while you're asleep. You've got to get these 4 principles. These principles are so crucial to laying the foundation to understanding that if you're missing any one of these, you're just earning the income. I don't care if you're making $400,000 or $500,000 a year. It doesn't matter. If you don't have all these principles, you're just creating an income. You're not creating wealth. These are the foundation blocks. I can't tell you how crucial it is to understand this. That you have to get you some partners in order to get wealthy. McDonald's has franchises. They're not in business to make the best hamburgers. The franchises are the distribution outlets which creates the wealth. The more franchises McDonald's create and people buy into these franchises, the wealthier they become. They're not in the hamburger business, they're in the real estate business. He who has the more stores win. In multi-level marketing, on affiliate marketing, the more people you have on your team, your teammates become your income producing asset. Your business that you create, when you create a business of your own, that you come up with a product of your own, you'll be getting 100% of that income. If you don't have anybody that's bringing in money with you, then you're not going to create wealth. You'll have another product, another stream of income, which you want to have multiple streams of income. That's great. But you also want to have that key one, which is royalty and residual income. You would not get wealthy without that. You want money to be coming in while you're sleeping. This is what this foundation of this series is all about. You got to get the business. You got to have a business to get the tax write-offs. You got to have a business. You got to be able to leverage other people, asset leveraging, leverage other people's time, education, leadership, and money. You have to have you some partners. There's no greatness in the number 1. You have to have a trend. You got to have something everybody wants. You can't have something that's old that no one wants anymore. That's why when you see movies that come out, for example, when they have a movie with the Audi in it, Men in Black had the Audi car in there. They had that car in there. People wanted to buy that car because it was in the movie. It was a trend. And they take these trends and put them inside of Happy Meals. Transformer dolls go inside of the Happy Meals. People want a trend. A kid will tell their mother to buy Happy Meals so they can get the trend. That's a trend. Royalty, residual income, you have to have that. If you have just one or all 3 or missing one, or you got to have all 4 in order to create wealth. That's the 4 wealth creation principles. I hope you enjoyed this series. I'll see you at the top. Thank you.